Good afternoon. My name is Ashley Washington, and I'm presenting my article, Hidden Labor in Funeral Directing, Providing Care to Difficult Dead Bodies, written by Daniel Robbins and Rosie Smith. This is for Dr. Ennis's FS 223 class. This article detailed funeral directors having to do or dispose of bodies of people that they really just do not agree with morally. The two subjects that they talked about in this paper were Mary Henley and her romantic partner, Ian Brady. Mary Henley actually passed away in 2002 and her body was quickly cremated. However, Ian Brady died in 2017. In 2017, his body actually remained in a morgue for 6 months because no funeral home would perform services on his body. During this time, after this time, a funeral home was actually appointed by the local authority to perform the services. The article focuses on us disposing of bodies of people who we find morally incorrect, should we say. This person was convicted. This person was a serial killer, but he was not a serial killer of adults. He was actually a serial killer of children. He was convicted of killing, known to this day, 4 children between the ages of 10 and 14. However, they think that there were a great deal more. Not only did he murder these children, he also raped them and molested them. He was locked away from 1967 until 2012. Once he passed away, many funeral homes decided that they didn't want to perform his services. Because of this, he was actually placed in what is called a dead morgue for people that are criminally uncouth. What we had to do, or what this article establishes, although we know that our job as funeral directors are to treat everyone with respect after they die, this was a moral issue for the people in the UK, and it focuses on the stress that is associated with performing services on people that we find unjust or immoral in our eyes as a society. Because this crime happened to kids, it was unjust to the entire country of the UK. It was highly publicized. So when the funeral home was appointed to dispose of this body, they really didn't know how to handle it. They ended up sneaking the body in or bringing the body in after hours so that no other funeral homes were, or no other funeral goers were affected by it. He was not allotted a service. He was not allowed a service at all. He was actually just, he came in, they cremated him, and they thoroughly cleansed the cremation machine in order that none of his ashes would be left over, so no one else would be infected with what they considered his germs. This article focused on the teachings of an author by the name of Christie. Christie described, and the name of the book was actually Purity and Danger. In the book, the argument was cultures place matter in classes and categories to render their social world ordered. During this time, or during this article, it stated several times that Brady didn't fit in the moral or the social classifications, therefore he didn't deserve a proper burial. My issue with that is, do we say that crimes died with the person, or do we say that the crime follows them to death? In this case, in England, his crimes actually followed him to death because he wasn't allowed to have a proper service. Because he wasn't allowed to have his proper service, and his wishes weren't observed, he was actually, in my eyes, not given his proper burial. I am now over my time, and although this article is very, very interesting. I cannot discuss it anymore, but I really, really thank you, Dr. Ennis, for your time. Thank you so much.